Hi, good morning and welcome to Gardening Time. Today I'm going to give you a tour, an April tour of our gardens. So my main focus today is just to show you what bulbs are growing and what the beds look like this time of year in our growing zone 5A. So we're in northern Illinois. So we're going to start off the tour by me showing you our front garden bed. And it's really looking really full and lush. I just love all of the bulbs. Now a lot of the daffodils have already bloomed, and as well as the hyacinths. And so right now we just have the tulips, and we're getting ready for the alliums to come in. But you can still see all the strappy leaves of the daffodils, and it really helps to help fill in the garden. My hellebores are looking absolutely gorgeous. The blooms are already somewhat fading out, so when this variety first comes out, the blooms are like a beautiful ivory color, and then they fade out to this musty color rose, dusty color rose. Anyhow, absolutely beautiful. I love these plants. They are really the first ones to bloom in our garden, and they always give such a beautiful show. So I have two of these, as well as two of the dwarf Alberta spruces that give some winter interest to this garden bed. So I'm just going to stand back and give you, and kind of pan and give you a overall look of what this bed looks like. All right, I'm going to take you around and show you the side of the house, that bed right now. Okay, still got so many projects to do. It's this time of year is so crazy for us. There's always so much to do. All right, so you can see the dog's water bowl there, but I wanted to start with this little bed right here. I have a rhododendron in there, and I planted some of these, I forget the name of these little bulb that come out. I think is it grape hyacinth? I'm not sure. At any rate, absolutely beautiful. I love that look. And then just beyond that, we have this garden bed. And this garden bed, it's mainly shaded, but it does get the morning sun. So this is a east-facing wall of the house, and then you have a north-facing wall of the house. And then this little garden is kind of in this little nook area here. But I wanted to come in and show you some of the plants that I have coming up right now. So I have some, I think these are Emperor purple heucheras. I have some spotted nettle here, and I have this kind of growing along the outer edge of the border of this bed. A little farther back you can see some spotted lungwort. I love the little flowers on that. They're so beautiful. I love, because it's almost like a little mini, like rainbow almost of color. The blooms are either a pink, a violety blue, or some kind of a combination in between. And I just think it's so pretty. Instead of just having one color of bloom, it's actually a multicolor. I also have some Jack Frost Brennera that's coming in, and I planted those along the front of the border as well. those have been in this bed. I think this is their 3rd or 4th year. And I was concerned I was going to lose them because I think I have a slug problem in this bed, and I discovered that early last year. And I did put some slug bait down, and I did see a lot of improvement in my plants in this bed. So I think I'm going to have to do a similar treatment this year to try to get these plants to kind of beef back up again. This Brennera is one of the only ones that didn't seem to really be affected. And that's a lot more fuller looking, as you can see. Then I have in this urn, this is a miniature arborvitae, and I've had it in this urn again probably for about 3 years now, and it's doing really good. It's nice because it adds winter interest. It's really likes its home, so it's an easy to care for plant, which I absolutely love. And then just underneath that, I have some variegated periwinkle, vining periwinkle growing. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and show you our fruit trees. Okay, so this is our newest fruit tree. I just put this one in a couple of weeks ago. This is a peach tree. It's called an August Lady peach tree. And I was worried because we have had a couple of late frost. In fact, last night it got down to 26 degrees. And I've been a little worried about this plant just because it just went in the ground, and I was concerned that, you know, some of the foliage might be affected, but so far it's looking pretty good. It does look like it has a few dead branches that I'm going to need to come in and clip off, but other than that, I think it's doing just fine, and still seems to have some green shoots that are pushing forward. Okay, this next tree is our Santa Rosa plum tree. I purchased this from Fast Growing Trees last year. So this is its 2nd year in the ground, and it is right now just going out of full bloom. The whole entire tree about a week ago was completely covered in these white blooms and looking absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if we're going to get any fruit off of it, mainly because of the weird weather we experienced and these 2 pretty severe cold snaps that we had, both of them reaching down into like the mid-20s. So, but we'll see. But I'm just really happy at the overall condition of this tree, how much green and the blooms, the amount of blooms that it has on it is very encouraging for a 2nd year tree. So far I'm really impressed with this company, fastgrowingtrees.com. You can check them out online. So yeah, so now I'm going to show you our cherry tree. Okay, this is our cherry tree. This is a Stella cherry tree, and looking really good, looking pretty healthy. The only problem with this tree, and it's had this now for, I think this is its 3rd year in the ground, and for the past 2 years, it's had, I think it's called a frost split, but something going on with the trunk. I'm gonna kind of get a little close to show you guys what we got here going on. And the tree seems to be okay. Like I said, I mean, it seems fine. But this kind of thing, it just kind of concerns me. So my thoughts are I'm going to get some spray, because I want to get some kind of an insect spray to make sure that no insects are harboring inside of the split there in the wood. And from what I've read online, that a lot of these trees, they will basically recover from this and they'll do okay. So, but I'm just going to keep an eye on it and see how it does. Okay, this is our Fuji tree, looking absolutely gorgeous. This tree, it's our oldest fruit tree that we have. And this is a dwarf Fuji. Last year was the first time we got a few apples off of it, and this year the thing is completely loaded, and so we'll see what we get off of it. Last year I actually ended up taking some of the fruit off of the tree because I didn't want to lose all the apples if the tree wasn't ready to be able to support that much fruit. So we'll see what happens this year with it, but so far really super happy with the way this tree is looking. Okay guys, this is our Red Delicious. This is its second year in the ground. So, but it's looking really good. I'm liking the leafing structure on it. And all of my fruit trees, I went in and about a month back, I went around and I clipped any branches that were going into the center, or any branches that looked dead or damaged. And as well as tall, really long, tall branches, I ended up clipping back some. So it's an important thing to do with your fruit trees to keep them healthy, as well as to get more fruit from the tree by encouraging more branching. All right, I've got one more tree to show you, and that is a crabapple. And even though this is a fruiting tree, it's not one that we're gonna be enjoying the food off of, but the birds and wildlife will be. And it's a beautiful tree. This is my sugar thyme crabapple. And it looks like it's about ready to burst open with blooms. Let me get in a little closer to show you. I don't know how well you can see that. I don't know if I'm too close. Yeah, this tree is looking really, really healthy. I'm really happy with it so far. Okay, now I'm going to show you the west side garden, give you a tour of that, and show you what bulbs we've got growing here. We had quite the display going on this year. I am super happy with the way this garden is looking in the springtime, and I'm anxious to see how it's going to look in this summer. So along the back of the garden bed, I have planted my Rembrandt roses. And you can see the spruce tree is coming along and growing nicely. Next year, what I want to do is this fall, I want to come in and plant a whole bunch more Rembrandts along the back edge, because I really would like that to get really full and lush looking with the Rembrandts. I just love the Rembrandt tulips. They're so beautiful. Well, I think I say that about every tulip and daffodil. All right, so let me come in over here and show you what we've got coming in over here. So these are the white lions, and these are getting ready to, or just getting ready to open up. This is another look of the garden. Now all in here, I planted this all up last year. I forget how many bulbs I put in there. And not last fall, but the fall before that. And last spring I was expecting a big show, and I really didn't get the big show that I was hoping for. But I did actually get a really nice show this year. Unfortunately, a lot of tulips and daffodils are somewhat spent, but actually a lot of the daffodils and hyacinths are already spent. The tulips are just getting ready to come in, as well as the giant globe alliums in the back. I'm going to kind of come in a little close here to show you the beautiful double tulips that are coming in. It's interesting because these are appearing white, but I'm almost certain when I planted these that they were, on the package, they were showing as like a pink color. Still beautiful. I'm still really happy with them. Over here we've got some white lions that look like they suffered a little bit from last night's frost. They're drooping. You can see the golden, oh, I can't think of the name of this. I want to say privet, but I know it's not privet. Anyhow, I love the golden leaves of this. I'll think of the name eventually. And again, along the back, we have the beautiful Rembrandt tulips. Looking awesome. All right, I'm going to take you a little farther down. Oh, before I do, I wanted to show you our sand cherry that is looking amazing. This is our sand cherries. I think it's the 3rd year, possibly 4th year. And it is just loaded with blooms. I love this tree. I love the dark foliage on this tree and the beautiful flowers that it gets in the springtime. The trunk is beautiful as well. In the winter, the trunk stays really dark and adds some interest to this area. Okay, I'm going to move beyond that. Okay, down here I have some more sad looking white lions. And just beyond that, I've got my show off forsythia, can talk, that is just coming into full bloom. Now this one, it's its 2nd year, so it's not as colorful. Though some of the bottom branches are down low to the ground here are really pretty, but the whole plant should actually look like these bottom branches do. But I think in another year or two, it'll beef up. Okay, got some beautiful white tulips here coming in. And over here, some more white tulips. Now these have been opened for a little while, but they're absolutely beautiful. And then farther down, I've got, now maybe I was wrong. Maybe these are the Appledorns, for heaven's sakes. These kind of more resemble the Appledorn tulip. At any rate, these are beautiful. I love the fairly nice sized drift of these that I've got going on. Really look pretty. I planted some purple tulips and I haven't seen those. Those I planted probably 2 seasons ago and I haven't seen any come up. I planted a lot, like a huge swath of them, but I'm thinking that some animal probably came in. Maybe the deers, maybe something else came in and ate a lot of them, but I'm seeing some tulips coming in over here and I'm anxious to see what color these are. Maybe these are some of the remaining ones. left. So we'll see what color those are. And then I have some more of those red ones back there. And then I wanted to show you one more tulip variety that I'm growing, and I don't know the name of these, but oops, sorry. This is a shorter, it's a very short variety of tulip. But these are supposed to be generally pretty healthy in terms of sticking around and coming back year after year and multiplying. So we'll see how they do, and they really add a little punch of color. Very unique. Yeah, so, oh, I do see some purples coming in the back. Let me show you. Just saw this. Okay. All right, do you see them there? These two right here, a couple of purple coming in. All right, I'm gonna pan over because I wanted to show you. Look at that Rembrandt right there. Oh, so pretty. Love the color of the Rembrandts. So I'm just going to give you one more look. All right, one more look at this garden right now from the side shot. There it is. Looking so pretty. All right, I'm going to take you over to our shade garden on the west side. All right, so don't have a lot going on in this area, but I did want to show you these white tulips. And I planted these white tulips. They've been in this garden bed for probably 3 years now, and they seem to come back year after year, which is phenomenal. Not all tulips are known for that. In fact, a lot of tulips are known for petering out after a few years, but these so far are doing really good. All right, and there's really not much more to show you in this bed. It's just not a lot has woken up yet. You can see some patches of this spotted nettle here that I have, but I need to clean this bed out and lay some fresh mulch down on it. Okay, before we do the vegetable garden beds, I wanted to show you our berry plants that we have planted along the fence line. So this is our raspberry bed right here. We have lanthams as well as red heritage planted in this bed. And if we come around the corner here, I've got to clean all this up too, but I'm hoping in this bed right here, this section of this bed, that we get some of our blackberries to come back in. I'm hoping that we do anyhow. So I think last spring when I planted them, it almost seemed like they were all dead. We didn't have much life at all, but then after a couple of months I started seeing what looked like babies coming up out of the ground, and so that's what I'm hoping that some of these are the baby blackberry bushes. I'll know once they get a little bigger. They are the spineless ones. They don't have any stickers on them, so I'll be able to tell the difference once I'm able to get in there and feel the branches of them. This is our jewel. This is a black raspberry, and I started this one from bare root, and it grew quite a bit. In fact, a couple of weeks ago I came in and dug up several of the babies and gave those to some friends. So I'm hoping we maybe get some fruit off of it this year, since it's its second year in. And then right next to it, this plant with all the beautiful green. This is our fall gold raspberry. So this is a yellow raspberry. And this one, I got the starts of this one off Etsy. Put it in the ground last spring, and I've got, I mean, as you can see, a ton of babies coming up from the ground. But I also have a few taller canes as well. So I'm really hoping that maybe this year we'll get to try the fruit off of this one as well. All right. Okay, next to that, I'm gonna have to dig up all these babies. See, this is all the fall gold little babies that are sprouting up here. So these two plants here, which you can see, they look pretty dead right now. Those were my two fig trees. I know for sure one was a Chicago fig. The other one, I'm not sure exactly. It was one that I got from my mom's estate. And I thought by me mulching them up high that they might make it. Now one of them looks like it's got some nodules coming back at the base. So, the other one, I haven't checked it in the last week or so. So I'm gonna keep an eye on these and see if they look like they're alive. I'm gonna dig them up, and I'm gonna end up putting these in some pots, some large pots, and just overwintering these in our garage and trying to keep them going that way. So, but we'll see. But in their place, I bought last fall on clearance, I got 2 sour cherry shrubs. So they don't get that tall. And I was going to put those in here to replace these plants. Okay, next to it we have our 2 currants. One is a Rolanda red currant, and the other one, I think it's just a red currant. And those are just all budded up and doing really good. And then we've just got our blueberries, and I'm hoping that we didn't lose all of our buds in these last cold spells. I'm hoping, I'm praying, because they are all budded up and they're all looking like they're just ready to burst. So fingers crossed we get some berries off those this year. Okay, I'm gonna take you inside the garden. Okay, there's not a whole lot to look at in the garden right now other than these beautiful tulips that are planted here. Now, I'm pretty sure I probably saved the sticker, but I didn't label these. At least it doesn't appear like I labeled these, but they're beautiful. I'm just excited to see these ones pop. They've just got really large bulb heads, and I'm just really excited. And some of them have like there's 2 of them that have this variegation in the leaf. That one too has like the variegated leaf to it. Absolutely gorgeous. Love that. Actually, I've got 3 with the variegation. Aren't these beautiful? And they're all like different. So pretty. And then we got a few snowdrops over there coming back in. Right here. Really pretty. For some reason, I got a bunch of the snowdrops, and I planted them both in a shade garden as well as a non-shade garden, and I haven't had a lot of luck with them blooming. I don't know why. So I'm kind of afraid to move these because they seem, for the last 2 seasons, they've bloomed for me. So it's almost like I want to kind of leave them there, for now at least, till I figure things out. Okay, this is a look at our newest garden bed. I don't think I showed this to you last year. So this one we built last spring, and it is, the inner bed is 4 feet by, I want to say 20 feet long. Nice size bed. And right now what I've got growing in the front of it is some garlic. It's doing quite well. Okay, I'm going to show you over by our beehives. Okay, this is where our beehives are going to go. And I just wanted to show you this area mainly because I'm going to be digging some things up and potting some things up, and I need to do that fairly soon before we get our 2 nukes in, which are coming in. I think we're going to go pick them up on the 11th, May 11th. This is a neon bright dogwood shrub that I'm going to plant next to this beautiful yellow dogwood that is doing fantastic in this area. I'm going to put it in this spot here. This is a smoke bush, and this actually gets quite large. So I wanted to move this one to a new section in the west side garden that I just cleared this about a week or 2 back. So this is going to go in that area, but it's already starting to come out. So I want to get this one out within the next day or 2 and plant it out back there, as well as I have 2 viburnum. This I believe is a Japanese snowball viburnum. And this is another viburnum over here. And these are still quite small, so these are going to be easy enough to pop out. But I want to take these out again for the same reason, because they get so large. And I want to make sure that this area still has room for us to get in and out of freely, because the beehives are going to go right back there where you see those stones. That's where we're going to set them up. I'm going to take you now and show you some clearance plants that I got. Most of these plants that you see here in the pots are plants that I purchased on clearance this past fall, and I overwintered them by digging a hole in our raised beds and just popping them in. And because these are perennial in our area, they overwintered just fine, and they're just starting to come back out now. So most of these plants are going to go into the west side garden, into a new section of bed that I just cleared out, and I'll do a video on that to show you. But I wanted to zoom in and talk about the plants to show you what I was able to get. Okay, these 3 here are a salvia called Rose Marvel. And I don't know how well you can see on that picture, if that's coming in clear or not. Probably not. My hand's in the way. At any rate, beautiful salvia. So it says this salvia gets to be 10 to 12 inches tall and 12 to 14 inches wide. Plant in full sun. Very excited about this. I love salvias. Then these 5 here are called, let me grab the tag. This is a salvia as well. And this one is called Purple Volcano. I love the foliage on this one because the foliage, it does have the darker foliage, which will be really pretty in the garden. And this one, it says it gets to grow to a height of 18 to 24 inches tall and 16 to 20 inches wide. USDA Zone 5 to USDA Zone 9. So this will be a new one to add, and I ended up getting 5 of those. I got a couple of, these are coral bells down here. These are going to go in our shade garden. And then these 3 right here are Speedwell, and it's called, I don't know how well you can see the tag. I'm trying to get that to come in. But it's Speedwell Dark Blue Moody Blues. Excited to see this one come in. And then the last one, this one right here, is a Pink Moody Blues. Let me see if I can get the zone on that for you. Some information. So this one, it says grows to 12 to 14 inches tall, and it grows in zones 4 through 9. And I have some of the Speedwell, not these varieties, but actually I might have some of that, the blue, growing, but the pink one I know I don't have growing in my garden. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this garden tour. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.